Welcome to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans.
Wow.
I'm your girl, Chasi B.
And I'm SunShyne. Okay, I gotta stop letting her go first. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to another week of Occasionally Posh. And we're just gonna go straight into it. I'm not doing a whole bunch of talking today. Well, not right now. But we always start with a foreplay. Chasi B, you're first.
Okay, so say you're in the bed and a fire breaks out or something and you have to go outside. Would you rather be caught naked or with your raggediest pajamas that you ever had outside?
My raggediest pajamas. Yeah, naked brings on a whole new problem. Okay? Whole new problem. I'll take the pajamas for 100
I
hours.
think I
What
think I
about
would
you?
take the pajamas too. The last time we went to the beach, we this is so crazy. So we sleep, right? And all of a sudden we hear this noise. It was like, yeah, yeah. And it was like, there is a fire. Please vacate the building. And so woke up. It was probably like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And my sister was there too. So I woke up and I'm looking around and she coming out. She was like, I think it might be a fire. And I was like, yeah. So like I'm slowly getting myself ready. And she goes, looks out the window. We look out the window. The room beside us is the room that is on fire. And it's
Oh,
smoke
wow.
like bellowing out of the balcony or whatever. So she comes back. She was like, this is not a drill. This is real. She was like, it's smoke.
Okay.
So I had to like hurry up and throw on my hoodie. And I still had on my bonnet and all that kind of stuff. Went outside. And I was like, thank God I went naked and was trying to rush to get out of here. And
Right. You and acting like them old nursing home residents who when you had to drill, they in there. Hey, it ain't real anyway. I can't.
I know left a couple, well, not left them. I threatened them that I was going to leave them. Like, listen, you can either come on or you can stay. Because I remember one time we had a fire drill and it wasn't like a drill. It was, we didn't know what was going on. And I went in there to get this one little lady. I ain't going to say her name. Sweet little lady at Coventry House, top of the hall. We used to have to wrap her legs. You know what I'm talking about. And I was like, come on. She was like, I don't think I can go out there. I was like, this is real. Come on. I was like, look, you can either stay in here and get burnt or you could come on out, but you got to come out.
Right.
Maybe
Girl,
so
I was at a facility that we both have worked there, but not at the same time. They actually had a fire. And yeah, them people didn't have no choice. Okay, one little lady was bed bound in the first room in the dementia room. I don't know why she was in the dementia hall. Now that I'm thinking about it, because she couldn't walk. Anywho, and honey, when I tell you, we tore her feet up trying to get her out that room. She had no meat on the bottom of her feet. We literally slung her in that wheelchair and drew and no wheelchair feet or nothing. Okay. We got out of there though. But yeah, people were so slow and like they walking all slow, taking their time, trying to act like it wasn't no big deal, just chilling. And we in there, we up there coughing up a storm. I'm like, y'all better bring your butt on.
That's it. Them people, they be just getting on my nerves sometimes. Oh, they used to drive me crazy.
One man even was cussing me out, and I said, "Hey, you've been living longer than me, so ain't no argument here."
Right.
And he said, "What you mean by that?" What I said. He brought his butt on out there. I remember like 25 at the time. Ain't got time to be sitting arguing with you.
Right. You done lived your life. I'm getting up out of here.
I think I was 25. I think I was like 21 actually. Yeah, I didn't have Ethan yet. I was 21. But anywho, all right. So mine is: would you rather move to a new city or town every week, or never be able to leave the city or town you were born in?
I hate moving. but I think I'd rather move every week than to never leave.
Really. I had to be stuck in Solid City the rest of my life. I would be crazy. I tell you, ain't nothing there.
I tell you one thing, I will not unpack my suitcase. That suitcase will forever stay packed.
There's no point. You wouldn't even have to have a whole bunch of materials at this point.
Right.
A couple outfits. How they gonna see them again?
Right. Like I'll never see y'all again. Just 7 outfits. That's all you need. One for each day.
Right. And maybe a few backups. That's it. And you just stay in those that in a lot of the bigger towns now they have like those hotels that's like but for extended stays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I know what you're talking about.
Extended stay hotels, but some of them call them something else. But anywho, I guess you just be living in those. There won't be no point.
Right. As long as they got to wash and dry.
Most of them do, but you have to pay for it. Honestly, by the time you pay them and for all the amenities individually, you might as well be staying somewhere.
This is true.
Because a lot of them was like high. Like back when I used to be a resource coordinator and I used to have to try to find somebody somewhere temporary to live, it'd be the raggediest hotel in the town. And it's $120 a week. I'm like, and a roach don't even need to be sleeping in there. And you charging $120 a week? That's ridiculous.
What was I on? I think I was on hotels.com or something. I was looking for a hotel one time. And I know, I think it's called the Prince Hotel in Sanford. I think that's it. Girl, that thing came up. First of all, the pictures look pretty nice in the picture.
Girl,
but I kept looking. I was like, this place looks so familiar. But I was trying to figure out, I was like, where is this? Because I've never seen it before. But it looks familiar. But I was thinking it was like one of those good hotels. So I kept looking. I finally figured out what it was. So then I go to the reviews and people was talking about how it's like holes in the wall. Like you can see the other room. But it was like $100 and something a week. I feel like it was more than that. And I was like, they have lost their everlasting mind.
Their mind. And something that's going on, we need to move on, of course, but something that's going on in Fayetteville is that they just passed some kind of law or rules or regulations where them hotels where people are staying extendedly, they're going to have to add stuff in there like a full size, I think it said a full size fridge, or maybe it just said a fridge. Anyway, a fridge, somewhere for them to be able to prepare food and something else. And I'm thinking in my mind, they know these people are staying there long term and they already don't have the stuff.
Right.
And a lot of them complied, of course, but a lot of them is saying, I'm not paying it. And now they shut down. And so I only found out that because I'm on committees here and they saying they're thinking about doing the same thing. So I'm interested to see.
That would be very interesting.
These places with holes going to the next room is going to make it. Because they're going to have to start regulating them.
Right. They should have been regulating them.
Really, I mean, you calling it a hotel, but it's not. People ain't coming and going.
Exactly.
At all. Yes. But anywho, we're gonna go into our topic segment. Chasi, you in charge today. I'm just following.
Yeah. So I know that a lot of people have seen the picture where the girls was at the airport with their bonnets on, and people had so much to say about it.
You see a bonnet, I see the helmet of salvation.
So then after that, I think it was this week, Monique had released a statement talking about women with bonnets on and all this kind of naysay. And a lot of people agreed with her and a lot of people didn't agree with her. Did you look at the video?
I did. I looked at it today.
Okay. So I looked at the video. Some of the stuff that she said in there, I actually agreed with. And some of it, I was like, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. But the thing that bothered me is why was she in a robe trying to tell people not to wear a bonnet? Number one.
That part.
Number two, why do people feel, why is it that everything that Black women do is something that is perceived as ghetto until it's whitewashed? And then once it's whitewashed, it's okay. I think about, like back in the day, Black women, for the most part, has always had bigger hips and big butts and all that kind of stuff. But to a lot of people in like Hollywood, that was frowned upon. This is something that we don't do and blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, J-Lo comes out with her butt that's really not that big, but they was glorifying her. And then Kim K comes out with hers. And all of a sudden now, these bodies are praised. And this is what America is all of a sudden. But I'm like, this is the same body that most Black women are born with. So because we whitewashed it, all of a sudden it's okay.
Right.
And that's the same with the bonnets. As soon as somebody white comes out with a bonnet, all of a sudden it's going to be fine.
Right. I just have a problem. Well, number one, I've said it numerous times, but I just have an issue with Black women down degrading other Black women. We already got enough against, I don't know if degrading is the right word, but putting down other Black women. We already got enough against us.
Right.
Like, the last thing we need is other Black women coming at us. Secondly, if that's how you feel, that doesn't automatically mean that somebody else have to feel the same way.
Right.
So me personally, would I wear a bonnet in public? No.
Right.
I ain't gonna sit here and lie and say that I would. But I would never down somebody who does.
Right.
Like, I might second look at them depending on what it is, but I ain't gonna go here. I ain't gonna come over here and say, girl, we got to start talking about how women wearing these bonnets. Like, it ain't that serious. They not making you breaking your day. Like, what's the big deal?
Right. And that's why I said I'm a person, I don't personally wear my bonnet outside in public. If I do, it's like in the car, like getting in the car. And then like if it's raining or something, I might wear it till I get inside of the building and I'll take it off for the most part. Now I have been out to a store and had on my scarf and forgot that I had it on, get back in the car and I was like, oh crap, forgot I had on my scarf. But oh well. But what was I about to say? Another thing that bothers me with Black women talking about Black women wearing scarves and bonnets and all that kind of stuff is we know the issues that we have with our hair and heat and water and humidity and all this kind of stuff. Like, I'm trying to preserve my hair, my style or whatever. Like, this is more than likely, this is why I have my bonnet on, because I'm trying to preserve what's under here, because if I take it off and this humidity hit, it's going to go from this to this.
Right. Exactly. We don't have the convenience of that shake and go.
Right.
Like, we don't have that. So being that you are a Black woman in yourself and you know the struggles of it, how are you down on people? Like, at the end of the day, it's not your job. Who told you it was your job to do that?
Right.
Like, it's not. And then you're gonna and I'm tired of people correlating whether somebody is a Black queen, as I think is how she said it, by how they look.
Thank you.
I'm so tired of people putting looks on people's worth. It's not the same. It does not correlate.
Right.
No, everybody in the world ain't beautiful. No, everybody in the world ain't supermodel size or, got long flowing hair, et cetera, et cetera. That does not dictate who they are.
Right.
Quit making it correlate, because it don't.
Right. And I think it was her, it might have been Ricky Smiley, because I think I listened to his, I did listen to his. I can't remember which one, but one of them was like saying, I think I'm almost positive it was Ricky Smiley, but he was saying, you out here with your bonnet on, you never know, you might miss opportunity of somebody wanting to work with you and all this kind of stuff. If what I have on is gonna make you not want to work with me or make you think that I'm not smart or capable of doing something, that doesn't sit well with me. Just because somebody dresses nice does not mean that they're educated enough to do a job or to be able to do whatever the hell you want them to do. The raggediest dressed person could be a better work person than the best dressed person. And I'm sick of people putting value on how a person looks on the outside and don't worry about how people look and feel on the inside. That right there is what's more important.
Exactly. And even if I do meet somebody and it might be my next boss or whatnot, that means it was just wrong place, wrong time. Like, if it's meant to be, it will be.
If it's meant to be, it'll be.
And if they judge you just off of that, then you don't need to be there in the first place.
Exactly.
Guess what? I'm not gonna look like this every day.
Right.
So I ain't look like this an hour ago. So I mean,
about 20 minutes ago, this thing right here was up in the ponytail. With his hair that fell out of the ponytail everywhere. Y'all gonna sometimes you're gonna get what you're gonna get.
Right. And Monique is someone who has lived a lifestyle where people talked about her looks, so you would think she would know better.
Right.
But now you done lost a little bit of weight and got a little money in your pocket. Now you can tell other people how they supposed to look.
Right. I saw where somebody was like, all these black women stood behind her whenever she wanted to boycott Netflix, blah, blah, blah. I was like, that's exactly why I didn't boycott Netflix.
I didn't stand. No, I'm black. I ain't stand behind her. So didn't.
I was like, I understand where she's coming from. However, I'm still going to look at Netflix. And that right there is rich people problems that I ain't got.
Where was she coming from?
Because she felt that she deserved this, was it the same payout as the men that were on there?
She felt she deserved the same payout as Dave Chappelle. She is nowhere near.
Yeah, it was Dave Chappelle. I couldn't remember, but I feel like
that's why I say that didn't correlate. You don't want to earn your worth,
right?
But you want us to be mad for you. Now, don't get me wrong. Women need to be paid what they worth. I'm not saying that.
Right.
Come on. That's why we kept watching Netflix.
Right.
Now, if it had been somebody that was on her level, then maybe more people would have been more, open to it.
Right.
Maybe. Probably not. But maybe. So was it Dave Chappelle or was it Mike Epps? I heard you say Mike Epps.
I thought it was Mike Epps, but I think it was Dave Chappelle. I feel like it was. It might have been a mixture of both. And then I also think that Amy Schuler, is that her name? She had got like a good deal too, where she made.
She probably did
more money, but I mean, she
probably got more audience. Like,
that's what I was about to say.
Like, black people need to. I know that we are not paid fairly, so I'm not saying that. I know that we're not treated the same, but sometimes business is still business,
right?
And we know good and well there's way more Amy Schmoo, whatever her name is, people out there buying and paying for stuff than it is us's.
Right.
So want people to get paid what they worth. If you want actors and actresses and musicians and stuff to be supported, then we have to be back that up by purchasing their merchandise, by purchasing their music, by buying tickets, by showing up at shows. If we don't do that, people are not going to pay them. We can't have an argument for them not being paid.
Right. And that also makes me think about, a lot of the Black community, we get mad whenever people go mainstream. But they make more money whenever they go mainstream.
Exactly.
And so I don't understand why people get upset whenever people go mainstream. Like, I have to think about my finances and my family. If this is where I need to go to make sure that I lock in my future, this is where I'm gonna have to go. But because the Black people, we don't get the same advantages as our white people, Caucasian, whatever. It's not fair. Things do need to change, but until it does change, we got to work with what we got and stop degrading each other and downgrading each other and being against each other. But then maybe we can work as a collective to move forward.
Right. And sometimes when artists do go mainstream, it's not their choice. It's their record label's choice. It's their manager's choice. Because like she said, that's where the money is. So don't be mad because they're going mainstream, but you're the reason why they're going mainstream because that's where the money is.
Right.
Like, if you really feel that way, then stop supporting them when they go mainstream. Then they ain't got no choice.
Right.
But we don't. We let people like Nicki Minaj, well, I don't think they're all that great anyway.
Don't you come for Nicki. Do not come for the bar.
We like
Nicki is
like
amazing.
Be big in these streets. When it's
Nicki is amazing.
it's better than her.
Nicki is amazing. Do not come for Nicki.
We let people like Drake be out there hitting the game up hard when it's a few rappers a little better than him. I'm just saying it happens. I ain't saying he ain't got good music, but I can name quite a few of them that I would rather hear. That's all I'm saying.
Don't be putting Nicki in that category. Nicki is amazing. Doggone it.
She was amazing at one point in time, but I don't know what happened. She changed. But anywho, we'll be here all night. We talking about it. Anyway, continue. What was your next point?
Okay, so the next topic I want to bring up is something that I see very often on social media, and it bothers me. It shouldn't, but it does.
Mm.
A lot of people claim, especially women, be like, I have a small circle, I don't have no friends, blah, blah. But then these be the same people that say, nobody ever checks on me, nobody ever calls to see how I'm doing, I don't have no real friends, and all this kind of stuff. And I guess my question is, well, first of all, do you feel like if you don't talk to somebody every day that y'all are not friends?
No.
Okay. I don't think so either.
I don't think you got to talk every single day.
Right. Or even
that's not realistic.
I got friends that I've been friends with since I was like young, and we don't talk every day. We probably don't even talk every month, maybe once a year. But like whenever we talk, whenever we see each other, we pick up right where we left off. Ain't nothing changed. And I don't feel like our friendship is any different because we ain't talked to each other. Both of us got lives. All of us got lives outside of our friendship. And I think that that's important for people to understand. Another thing that I don't get is whenever people are upset that nobody is reaching out to them, my question is, are you reaching out to those people that you claim is not reaching out to you? It goes both ways.
Right. It's a two-way street at the end of the day. And like what you put into any relationship is what you're going to get out of it.
Right.
For the most part. Nah, some people it ain't. And that means you just ain't meant to be friends. But but for the most part, it goes both ways. Like, hey, I'm sure if they are a real friend, emphasis on real friend,
right,
and you going through something and you hit them up like, man, I could really use somebody to talk to, I'm sure they there.
Right.
But why is it on them to be a mind reader and hit you up?
Right. Because you don't know what they're going through. They could be going through their own battles. Exactly. Secretly. It may look like they may portray on Facebook that everything, or social media, that everything is going perfect, but you don't know what battles they are dealing with within themselves, within their household, and all that kind of stuff. And if you're not reaching out to them, but you're mad that they're not reaching out to you, it doesn't make sense. And you just need to get your life together.
Occasionally Posh will return right after this brief message from one of our podcast supporters. Thanks for tuning in.
You seem like you just want attention. If that's all you always feel like, come on now.
Right.
And everybody, and there's levels to friendship. Reality is levels. It's them girls you gonna hit up more than you hit up others. It's them girls that's only meant to go out to eat with. It's them girls that's only meant to go to church with. Like whatever it is, like everybody ain't gonna be on the same level. So I think people just make stuff bigger than it have to be.
I agree. I totally agree. And y'all always pick at me saying, you got the most friends and all that kind of stuff. You and Nicole. But I was like, I got friends for different seasons, for different situations.
So we found this interesting, one of us found one of these, this interesting post on Facebook, and we just want to share and discuss. So it says a man proposes to his woman with a receipt of her 70K student being paid in full in place of a ring. She thanks him, but says she still requires a ring before getting married. What is she? A, reasonable, B, ungrateful, C, smart, or D, dumb? And me and Chasi actually feel different about this, so I'll let her say her piece first.
Well, I don't think she's neither A, B, C, or D. I think she's just her. I think that is a conversation that should have been had before the engagement or proposal or whatever. She might have wanted that 70,000 student loan paid off in place of a ring, or a ring may be more important to her. For me personally, I really honestly don't care about these student loans. If they get paid off, they get paid off. If they don't, they don't. Oh, well, I want the ring.
Well, I feel differently. I think she is B and D. Okay. I do I do agree that a conversation probably should have happened. But part of me thinks that if he knows his woman, then he would I don't know. Let me rewind. So some men would just do this and do it on a whim and just assume that this is what a woman wants, blase blase, and she may have been like Chastity and not care. So I do agree that a conversation probably should have happened. Um, would I say I'm not going to get married because of it after he just spent $70,000? That's ungrateful, in my opinion.
I guess. Well, I guess I can agree with but I don't want to say
she would have said,
ungrateful.
now she would have said, I still would like a ring one day. I still want the symbolization of a ring, on my hand one day, blah, blah, blah. I still marry you no matter what. We in this till the wheels fall off. That would have been different. No, I want my ring. We not getting married till I get it. Come on now, we grown.
That ring probably would have been
like
cheaper.
People put too many. Yeah, it would have been cheaper. But people put too much emphasis on a ring means, how I mean, older people who don't wear a ring at all.
I know, but I want one.
It's just an item.
I want one. And I
You
want my ring.
A ring, but that paying off that $70,000 may get them $1 million home. Would you rather have $1 million home or a $5,000 ring?
A $5,000 ring, because I don't want no $1 million home.
I mean, I'm just using that as an example, but it's just, to me, it's just it does more for you in the long run, because there are some loans that you can't qualify for. There are some home places that you can't go with because of student loans. It's just the reality of it. Now, if it didn't affect anything, the heck no.
Right. I guess I agree.
You got goals in mind.
I agree, but I also disagree.
And me and my husband actually just discussed this, but I am just such more of a whole picture person. I'm a,
right.
What you gonna get in that moment? Yes, it's gonna be great. But it's so many people out there in the world who got these nice cars and nice rings and nice bags, and they living in a trailer park. Let's just be real. Like, to me, I'd rather have a nice home. My children got nice clothes on, blase, and I put on one of them little rubber rings that you buy at the Walmart. Like, that's just me though. But that goes back to say that what you said makes sense. You have to communicate with your partner to make sure you're on the same page. That's really what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If he would have communicated with her that he was gonna do that, and she would have been like, "No, that ain't what I want. I'd rather have the ring." Then what would have happened is a conversation of, well, maybe our values ain't in the same place, or maybe I just need to get a ring. Like,
right.
Either way, it would have came out to a better outcome than him just surprising her, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I agree. I guess I agree. I'm part of so I think of long term, but I also like those in the moment type of things as well. I like both. I prefer in the moment types of things more than the future. But I do value making sure that I'm setting things up for the future. But I also realize that there's no guarantee that I will be here in 10 years. And I want to enjoy things in the moment, at that time, rather than saving for something that is a possibility. So I just feel like you said, just to reiterate, it should have been a conversation that should have been had before he done that. I do think that she is ungrateful by saying that she requires a ring as well. But I also think that's something that she wants, and she needs to stand up for what you want. If that's what you want, that's what you want.
Right. Right. Yeah. People, it's so funny. A lot of people see people with these women with like these basketball players and football players and see that the life that they live in, blase. But I'm pretty sure about 75% of those women started with that man when he ain't had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these new age people don't want that. They think they supposed to come right in and he gonna play bad. I need this. But you got to make it there first, honey.
Right. Like I've been listening to DeVal and Kadeem. You know who that is? Lord, you know who they are. Ellis is DeVal and Kadeem Ellis. They got a podcast. I can't think of the name of it right now at this moment. But anyway, I've been listening to their podcast. And the other day I was listening to one that was really, really good. And so whenever they had first got together, he didn't have anything. He was in school. He wasn't even thinking about going to the pros to be a football player. And like they literally started from the bottom and work themselves up. And it was like just amazing to hear their story and hear everything that they went through to get to where they are. Because I've known that they've been together as long as they've been together, but I thought that whenever they got together that he was already like in the works of being an NFL star and all this kind of stuff. Not that it matters, but I just thought that they had, been together since then. I didn't realize that like they literally got it out the mud and got to where they are now. I thought that was really good.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people, and then, women be feeling good about themselves when they get these men to cheat and blase. But 90% of the time, even when that man is out there and being fast with your fast tail behind, guess what? They don't never leave their wife. Because guess what? They was there from the beginning.
I have my...
That's another discussion for another day. But but yeah, me personally, I take that. Pay my. I got about 55,000. Anybody want to pay it?
Mine is. I think I've got it down to 20. I think it's less than 20 now.
Oh, look at you. When they gonna pass this thing? When they gonna pay some of this stuff off?
Look, that's why I ain't paying nothing else. That's why ain't nothing else getting touched until this bill passed.
Girl, ain't nothing been touched since COVID started. What you talking about? They started deferring that thing. Thank you. I ain't paid a red interest. I ain't paid nothing.
I ain't paid nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing.
I ain't lost a dime of money. I ain't paid nothing. I think it's done. We have student loans in the first place.
I agree. Totally agree.
If people want to get education, it should be free.
I
you shouldn't have to pay to want to get education.
Agreed.
That's good. That's the good old United States of America for you.
Right. Be wanting you to have a doctorate
when I was
degree.
on Right. It's when I was on Clubhouse and they was talking about, it was somebody from overseas talking about how different the US is from places overseas. And they take care of their people overseas. Like she said, it's nothing for you to get food stamps, housing, to get a monthly stipend from the government, to pay anything, and college is free. Like healthcare, like you don't have to struggle for nothing. Like homeless people, what's that?
Right.
I mean, she said, of course, there's still some people out there who just don't want to do nothing.
Right.
But she was like, they really like you paying, like she said, now taxes is high. You paying them high tail taxes, but they take care of their people.
You reap the benefits in the end. I think I honestly would rather pay higher taxes if we could get better things like free education, free food stamps, or even if food was cheaper, especially healthy foods. Even though healthy food is somewhat cheaper than unhealthy food sometimes.
No.
Not if you stay like within the raw section, not getting like the packaged healthy stuff. If you stay within the raw section, it's cheaper. But once you get inside of those aisles, that's whenever it starts being a little expensive. But it would be nice to have
my bill done increased since I done made this lifestyle change. Okay. And what makes it so bad, you spend more money, but it go bad faster.
Right. Now that is true. That's why I stopped. I actually stopped buying for like a month because I try to get like more fresh vegetables and fruit. Well, not fruits. I'm not really a fruit eater, but more fresh vegetables and stuff like that. So I just started buying like every 2-3 days because
you about have to.
Yeah.
You about have to, unless you just one of them parents who like we cook 3 times a day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I ain't one of them. So. I cook when I feel like it, okay?
Right. Speaking of food. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I definitely wish that our country or our nation or whatever the technical term is would take care of their people more.
Agreed. And it's not because we're lazy. We work. Right. We work hard. Right. It's because we feel like we deserve this. And y'all should too.
Anywho, continue. Speaking of food.
Speaking of food.
Says Aunt Reese's upset with her. What would you do now? She calls me about potato salad if you were making potato. Yeah, well, there's potato salad controversy again. I told her that you were making it, but I wasn't making it. But I'm glad that Roger. So will there be potato salad or not? No. Yeah, I remember he told me that. I think she might be making hers. Okay, she said she wasn't putting shrimp in it. Okay. Because she didn't have any. Not because people might not like it, but because she doesn't have any. That's why it's not in there. Okay.
What?
So
first of all, why was I doing like this so I can hear her? Why was I doing like this? Like
she was talking so low, but her face said it all. Somebody was trying to put some shrimp in some potato salad, and she was like, "Ain't gonna be no potato salad."
What? Who put shrimp in potato salad? I never heard of that.
Never in my life heard of that. And so but the lady in the black in the back, her face
was funny.
Kind of makes me feel like that's how my grandma looks at me every time I pull out the air fryer down from like just disgusted. But yeah, I have never. You looking it up?
There's a lot of recipes with shrimp and potato salad. I have never heard of this in my life.
Wow.
I feel like a lot of uses make this. I don't know. The one don't say Caribbean. Like they might make it. Because here go one that says Jamaican shrimp potato salad.
And it got potatoes in it.
I'm about to look. It don't even look like our kind of potato salad does. Let me show you. It don't even look like us's. Who's that? Why the egg so big? I don't see no potato.
I don't see no potatoes either. That just look like a shrimp salad with no egg. I mean, with no potatoes. Is it potatoes? Yeah, I see potatoes. 1 pound.
Yeah. It says cut in bite-sized pieces. We don't cut them in bite. Well, I guess it is bite-sized technically.
With some peas. Ew.
And mayonnaise. With peas and carrots and relish.
Salad dressing. Okay. So apparently.
Never heard of it.
Apparently shrimp and potato salad is a thing. If you are going to have shrimp in your potato salad, do not invite me over.
I'm gonna need to know where you live at when you start bringing stuff to potlucks. I'm guessing this was like a potluck / church / family / something, where it was gonna be people other than your family there. I'm gonna need you to know that shrimp and potato salad ain't a normal thing to do. Come on now. Some of us have food that we eat in our family that,
You better be glad I'm allergic to shrimp, because if I want, I would put a meal together. Be like, come on over and eat. I made some potato salad.
She was not having it. You hear me?
She was like, ain't no potato salad.
Ain't no potato salad. But she said she's gonna make it. Ain't none. Okay. Listen to the words. None.
That lady in the back in the black, she was just disgusted. Like, just over it.
She was not having it. She was not having it. Y'all tell us if y'all ever had shrimp in y'all potato salad. Okay. That sounds, and I love shrimp, but that sounds disgusting.
I'm allergic, so I don't want it, but it sounds disgusting.
The only way I eat cold shrimp anyway is like shrimp cocktail. That's it. But otherwise, I don't want no cold tail shrimp.
Mixed with potatoes.
I have seen shrimp salad at like Lowe's and stuff. I'm like, that looks nasty. They
get on my nerves out here cutting grass. I apologize if y'all can hear that.
Yeah, it's loud. We're about to end. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed these wonderful, amazing topics that we covered. Please tune in to us in Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and you can catch this podcast on most audio platforms like Spotify, iHeart, Pandora, Apple, Google, you name it, because I can't remember no more right now. Please. Thank you for always tuning in. If you did not catch it, we were a guest on podcast last week, Saturday. So go to our Facebook page. I shared it onto our page. It was an amazing discussion. You would not want to miss it. Please go back and watch it. And let us know other topics you would like us to discuss. Let us know if you would be an interesting guest on our podcast. And let us know if we can always be on your podcast or videos or whatever. So thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.